From the Redline Computer Studios, we are live on YouTube at livinlargelarry.com. Livin Large Larry Live, the show. Welcome to Live, all about Billings, Montana. You're streaming us worldwide. Here, all kinds of blinds and Billings, all kinds of blinds, mt.com. With your temperature check and 51 detailed forecast on the way. All kinds of blinds and Billings, all kinds of blinds, mt.com. Quickie temperature check here from the Redline Computer Studios in Billings, Montana, West Billings. 51 complete forecast in the Billings Morning News coming up. All on YouTube and the TuneIn smartphone app at livinlargelarry.com.
The man with the most energy in radio commercials ever, it's Jay Johansson, the Athlete's Foot, 3839 Grand Avenue.
655-3668, Larry. I tell you what, Larry.
Yeah.
I'm here to lay it out. Truth is the truth, and I got to come clean with everything.
All right.
You've heard me on the radio.
Yeah.
Doing my thing for 4 or 5 years now. Mm-hmm. The Athlete's Foot, 3839 Grand Avenue, 655-3668. That's my phone number.
Yeah.
Larry?
Yes, sir.
We're number one.
I know, you're number one.
We're number one. We're not number two. We're the number one shoe store in Billings. If you want great customer service, if you want someone that's going to care how your feet feel, not next month, but in 3 months, you need to come to 3839 Grand Avenue, the Athlete's Foot, for top quality customer service. Larry, you know what we're going to actually do?
What's that?
You know what we're going to actually do?
Yeah, Jay,
I'm
what?
going to measure your foot. Yeah, I'm going to do something really crazy.
All right, yeah,
And
crazy.
I'm not going to ask somebody their shoe size. I'm going to measure their feet. And then we're going to use the footprint technology. We're going to take the human element completely out of it, see what kind of foot you got, and put the exact kind of shoes on your feet that you need. And then not only that, Livin Large Larry, the best on the radio, we also got the Jordans. And I'm not talking the black and white Jordans that every shoe shop's got. I'm talking about the Jordans that everyone's waiting to get. In my store, right now, in my case, are the French Blue 12s that don't release until next week, and I got 72 pairs of them.
My notes say you're the Jordan expert.
I had to come clean.
The Athlete's Foot Billings on Facebook.
The Athlete's Foot Billings MT. Check us out. Peace.
3839 Grand Avenue, Billings. The Athlete's Foot.
Yeah, spring's essentially here. Good time of the year to be thinking about doing some remodeling projects. And your windows are the first thing that you probably notice when you walk into your home or business each day, right? And it's what your customers or what your visitors to your home see as well. Shop all kinds of blinds and window film in Billings, a truly local company that services the outlying areas, Shepherd, Roundup, Columbus, Red Lodge, Laurel, in and around Billings for blinds and window film. Check out some of the work at Cafe Rio, Godfather's Pizza, both Taco Treats in Billings. All kinds of blinds did work on the FedEx Kinko's in town, as well as Fred's Appliance on King Avenue West. All kinds of blinds and window film for security. All kinds of blinds, mt.com. If you're interested in learning the current value of your home, call Amber Gustanis with Century 21 Hometown Brokers for a free market analysis. Amber Gustanis, Century 21 Hometown Brokers, free market analysis, 690-5902.
Livin Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
You have joined us worldwide here at livinlargelarry.com, on YouTube Live, and the TuneIn smartphone app loops all day long for you, all week long. Smartphones, Androids, iPhones, that's free. Tune in. Thank you for being part of our show here in the Redline Computer Studios across from Goodwill, west of Billings. A nice day. It's going to be a beautiful day in Billings today. Detailed forecast on the way. All kinds of blinds in Billings, all kinds of blinds, mt.com. Our quick temperature check in 51 now. So you gather stories and ideas from ktvq.com, color8.com, Billings Gazette. Traffic through Montana's busiest intersection could come to a grinding halt by 2040 if costly changes aren't made to the traffic patterns, according to the Montana Department of Transportation. MDT engineers presented on Tuesday at a policy coordinating committee hearing the two best options for rerouting traffic at the intersection of Airport Road and Main Street in Billings Heights. The presentation included statistics on the flow of traffic through the intersection, which is expected to climb from about 49,000 vehicles per day now to 70,000 vehicles per day by the year 2040. Because the population of Billings is growing rapidly, it'll be beneficial, if not necessary, to make changes to the infrastructure in advance, according to Andy DeLayden, the MDT Associate Engineer and Project Manager for the study. Check out the link and more details at ktvq.com. Shamash Kassam of Canada, who put a bison calf in the back of his SUV because he was worried it was cold, has paid the fine of $135 for violating Yellowstone National Park rules. When park officials tried to reunite the calf with its mother, the mother rejected it, and park officials then had to euthanize the calf. Kassam was signed up for picking up the bison calf from the road and paid his fine for the violation. Billings police arrested a man they say fired several shots at vehicles and a residence on Lampman Drive in Billings on Monday night. 20-year-old Kawan Busha is charged with 4 felony counts of criminal endangerment. He appeared in justice court on the charges on Tuesday. Billings police say they were called to the 2300 block of Lampman about 8:20 Monday night for shots fired. Court documents indicate a witness heard several shots in the area and noticed one of his vehicles had been hit by 2 bullets. Court documents go on to state police. They began searching for Boucha and made contact with Boucha's mother, who asked Boucha to return home. When he got home, Billings police arrested him. It's a first glance at the Billings Morning News. Brought to you by the Billings Extreme Semi-Pro Outdoor Football this spring and summer in Billings over at Dalis Wendy's Field for home games. BillingsExtreme.com. They're on Facebook. Extreme is not spelled the traditional way. It's spelled Xtreme. Billings Extreme. Redline Computer Studios, West Billings. Livin Large Larry live at livinlargelarry.com on YouTube this morning.
Friday, May 20th at Metro Park. Fusion Fight League and Sing Contracting present Night of Champions. Showcasing your Billings Grindhouse fighters. Ireland Bombshell Moran, Braden Beer, Brian Double B. Borst, Mikey Maniac Zindler, and Tyler the Outlaw Bogle. Feel the energy of live MMA. Friday, May 20th at Metro Park.
Fusion Fight League activity coming up on Friday is brought to you in part by N2 Cryotherapy in Billings, 804 24th Street West, suite number 4, N2 Cryotherapy.
Livin Large Larry live.
Think Top Sandwich Company for graduation catering. Top Sandwich Company brings us our weather forecast in the Billings Morning News and the extended forecast at livinlargelarry.com. Catering with Top Sandwich Company across from Shopco in Billings. They're not part of a franchise. Locally owned. Tucker Veldkamp, great crew. Top's Sandwich Company across from Shopco. Again, think of all the graduation parties that you're having stress about and see if Tucker can't help you out. What a nice forecast. Wednesday through Saturday looks to be about the same, with highs mainly in the upper 70s, low 80s. There is a slight chance for some afternoon, evening showers and thunderstorms, and it really does drop way off, like almost 20 degrees, the way it reads now for Sunday. Get an extended look at our forecast around Billings, Montana at livinlargelarry.com. Click on the weather tab there at the home page. Meantime, Top Sandwich Company, locally owned in Billings across from Shopco. Tucker Veldkamp, the owner. Top Sandwich Company, happy hour Monday through Friday, 5 to 8 p.m. All sandwiches are $5 during that 3-hour span there at Top Sandwich Company. They're across from Shopco off of King in Billings.
Probably time for your 6-week haircut, right? Trained professionals, and there's barbershops all over the place, but if you want trained professionals and the work done right, Jim and Austin's Barbershop, Main Billings Heights, Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 10 minutes, $10 haircuts, and other services as well. Through Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main Street in Billings Heights, and a proud major sponsor of the 2016 Billings Wolves, Jim and Austin's Barbershop. Best Coupon Magazine, truly in and around Billings, with an issue for different areas around Billings. Coupons that fit where you live. Hometown Values Savings Magazine. If you check your mail from time to time, you'll see it. It's going to show up in your mailbox. Hometown Values Savings Magazine. Check out the new Heights edition. Also the newest Billings Laurel edition is out as well. Hometown Values with practical couponing in the magazine. Hometown Values.
Livin Large Larry live.
Busy Billings, Montana. Redline Computer Studios, where we are on YouTube at livinlargelarry.com. Thanks for being here. What's going on around town from BighornInspection.com, Bighorn Inspection, Petrochemical Refinery Inspection, BighornInspection.com. Billings Elite Boxing Club and their big bout coming up at Riverside Middle School on Saturday afternoon, 3:30. Doors open, 5 o'clock. First of 25, I think 25 boxing matches, girls and boys. Billings Elite Boxing Club. And it is busy this weekend in Billings. Over at Metro Park, Rimrock Auto Arena, EFX Sports Field, the Billings Wolves IFL football returns back to Billings after about 3 weeks on the road, coming off of a win in Tri-Cities last weekend. Billings Wolves and Colorado at 7 o'clock Saturday night at Rimrock Auto Arena. That's going on, as well as David Walschlager. We'll talk with him in a second. And their event, Feed My Starving Children. It is this weekend. And that visit with David Walschlager in just a second here. And what else going on? The Lincoln Reagan Day dinner is Thursday, and we had a visit with Alan West, the keynote speaker. I interviewed Mr. West on my afternoon show on AM 790 and FM 94.7 KGHL on Tuesday afternoon. We'll replay that for you coming up before the end of this live show here on YouTube at livinlargelarry.com. That's a glance at what's going on around Billings and surrounding towns. Busy end of the week and the weekend coming up. It is brought to you by Billings Bighorn Inspection. BighornInspection.com. Petrochemical Refinery Inspection, BighornInspection.com. Replay of the David Walschlager visit, Feed My Starving Children, courtesy of Keystone Mortgage in downtown Billings. Our replay of segments on livinlargelarry.com on the show from Keystone Mortgage Company here in Billings, and purchase, refinance, investment properties, and a brand new place to call home for work. Keystone Mortgage downtown now, across from the pub station, 2442 First Avenue North. You can find them on Facebook. Type in the keyword Keystone. Keystone Mortgage Company. You aren't just a number, you're our number one priority. I think you'll love the changes at Keystone Mortgage.
Join us at 1-888-858-1408.
And David Walschlager with us, law enforcement in Montana, but does so much more. Hello, David. How are things?
Very good. How are you doing today?
All right. What a beautiful day. But you guys got a busy event coming up, and it's brought to Montana for the very first time by Sage Co-op Homeschooling Families. Give us some background on Sage Co-op Homeschooling Families first, if you could.
Yes, absolutely. Sage Co-op stands for Seeking a Godly Education Co-op, and the group meets every Monday up at Harvest Church up in the Heights, and it's just a wonderful group of kids all the way from preschool all the way up through high school that are homeschooled, and the moms and dads teach the kids, and that's what Sage Co-op does and meets, so it's a wonderful program.
And what is the event that you guys are organizing as we speak?
The event that we are organizing, us fathers of Sage Co-op, we decided to step up and get our kids to rally, and we are working with an organization called Feed My Starving Children, based out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, to bring a mobile pack food program to feed starving children throughout the world here to Billings.
And this organization's been around for 29 years or so?
Correct. Yeah, they've been around for quite a long time, and it's unbelievable the work that they do throughout the world.
And how is it supported throughout the course of the year?
Well, basically, they have got several permanent stations where meals are packed by volunteers strictly throughout the United States. And then what we are doing here in Billings, and what's done throughout the rest of the country throughout every year, is we are working to bring the mobile pack to Billings. And with that, we have to recruit 500 volunteers to serve over a period of shifts that are conducted to make this happen. And then for this, we're raising $20,000 to make it all happen, which pays strictly for the meals that are packed by the volunteers throughout their shifts that are worked, and the materials to get out here to Billings.
And you're looking for community members in and around Billings, Montana, and how can they get more information on how to become a volunteer with you guys?
Yes, the best way to get information for volunteering is to go to our website. We've created a direct link to our website through Feed My Starving Children, and then it's actually http://g00.gl/3 lowercase s and then uppercase s, uppercase p, lowercase k as in king, and B as in boy.
And you can also search you guys out on Facebook as well.
Absolutely. We've got a Facebook page, which is simply facebook.com/SageFMSC. And Sage is just SAGEFMSC.
And David Walschlager with his Feed My Starving Children. The one-day event you speak of, is that the one that's on May 20th?
May 20th, our first shift for volunteering that people can sign up for is from 6 to 8 p.m. on Friday, May 20th. And then we have 3 shifts actually on Saturday, May 21st,
All right.
9 to 11, 11:30 to 1:30, and 2 to 4, and we are going to be holding this at the Metro Pavilion.
All right, that sounds good. How can people help you out for, if they can't do a volunteer shift for this particular event, how can people help you out and feed my starving children?
Well, donations can be done online as well if people wish, and that is a similar address to the one for volunteering. Do you wish for me to give that to you here?
Sure, what is that address?
The address is going to be, again, http://goo.gl/HJ9ZIC. And these are unique web addresses to get directly to our event that we're doing. The other thing I just need to mention, which we're very excited about, is that this is the first time Feed My Starving Children has come to the state of Montana. And we're really hoping that, this is an opportunity for the state to realize the work that the citizens of the community of Yellowstone County and beyond do, and might motivate others to bring Feed My Starving Children and their mobile pack to another city in the state.
What exactly is in that mobile pack? I realize there's a video on this about the group and all that at the Facebook page, but what's in that mobile pack?
Yeah, what's going to be in the mobile pack is that it's going to be all meals in separate goods. So basically what Feed My Starving Children has done is they've got food scientists that have developed their all-vegetarian nana pack of rice meals to just basically quickly reverse and prevent malnutrition. So within it, there's 20-plus different vitamins, minerals added to dry ingredients, soy protein, and rice. And so all these ingredients come trucked to us on a semi. They're unloaded, stations are set up, and the training is very brief that each volunteer will receive when they arrive on shift. They'll be welcomed by our hospitality team and given the rundown, and they will work and pack meals of these different dry goods into these packs. They'll be vacuum sealed, and they'll be boxed up and crated up, and ultimately end up going back on the truck to when Feed My Starving Children will disperse them throughout the world to whatever country at that particular point in time is in the need of meals.
All right, May 20th, May 21st, two very important days here in Billings for Feed My Starving Children. For those who couldn't write down the web address, what's a phone number that they can call to get that repeated or for other questions?
They can call 406-860-9975.
All right. David Walschlager with Feed My Starving Children, first time in Montana, and it's set to May 20th, May 21st in Billings at Metro Parks Pavilion. I think we covered it all, did we?
I think we got it. That's about it. And, one other thing I will mention, though, is that each one of these meals that's packed is only 22 cents. So any amount of a donation is so appreciated and encouraged if you can volunteer, because just a little bit goes a long, long way to feeding a lot of people.
All right, David Walschlager, thanks for your time today. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you.
No problem,
I anything we can get out there is great, so we appreciate it.
Not a problem at all, sir.
All right, thank you so much.
Another event going on around Billings. And what's going on around town? There's a lot happening in Billings, Montana, courtesy of Bighorn Inspection, bighorninspection.com. Redline Computer Studios, we broadcast each morning live on YouTube at livinlargelarry.com. We loop the show. After that, on an audio player, you can catch the YouTube files that are all stacked up. And also on your smartphone, the TuneIn smartphone app. It's a free download for you. All kinds of blinds in Billings, all kinds of blinds, mt.com. Be around 80 today, 50 now. Carrie's Massage Therapy has grown out of her current location. She's in a brand new location, 928 Broadwater, Suite 203. Carrie's Massage Therapy. And we talked briefly about teasing you about some of the specials the month of May here. Up until May 13th, $40 for 1 hour Swedish-style massage, and that's regularly $60 at Carrie's Massage Therapy. $50 for every 1 hour deep tissue massage, and that's regularly priced at $70, discounted through the middle of May at Carrie's Massage Therapy. 406-702-0737. Walk-ins taken. You can call for an appointment. Again, 702-0737. 928 Broadwater, Suite 203. Carrie's Massage Therapy, Swedish-style deep tissue and hot stone massages.
Livin' Large Larry Live.
Details on the Lincoln Reagan Day Dinner, Radisson, Billings, coming up on Thursday. Here you go.
Greetings, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Retired Alan West, Executive Director of the National Center for Policy Analysis. I'll be speaking at the Yellowstone County Lincoln Reagan Day Dinner on May the 19th, and you're invited to come. Now more than ever, our country stands at a critical juncture. I'll be talking about how the decisions we make and actions we take now will decide what kind of America we leave to our children. You can get tickets at YellowstoneGOP.org, and I'll see you there.
From the Redline Computer Studios, West Billings, Montana. Coming up at Metro Park on Saturday, Fusion Fight League MMA, brought to you in parts by N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West, Suite number 4.
Friday, May 20th at Metro Park. Fusion Fight League and Sing Contracting present Night of Champions. Showcasing your Billings Grindhouse fighters. Ireland Bombshell Moran, Braden Beer, Brian Double B. Borst, Mikey Maniac Zimler, and Tyler the Outlaw Bogle. Feel the energy of live MMA. Friday, May 20th at Metro Park.
Check that. Fusion Fight League MMA, that activity on Friday out at Metro Park. Carrie's Massage has moved to 928 Broadwater, Suite 203. Grew out of her other space and a much larger location, and she has a deep tissue massage special for you. All 1 hour deep tissue massages. We'll get a small hot stone upgrade for free, and that begins on May 16th, runs all the way through the rest of the month, beginning May 16th. So for $70, which is the price of a 1 hour deep tissue, you get a $10 upgrade for free. Carrie's Massage, give her a try. 928 Broadwater, Suite 203 in Billings.
Livin' Large Larry Live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin' Large Larry Live.
The Billings Morning News from Billings Extreme, semi-pro football in Billings, BillingsExtreme.com and XTREME on Facebook as well. The nation's primary wildfire fighters are getting ready for the 2016 season, which is expected to be worse than average in Hawaii, Alaska, and the Southwest. Forest Service Chief Tom Tidwell and Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack will meet with regional forest officials to discuss plans and preparations. Last year, wildfires burned a record 15,800 square miles nationwide. A bison calf that tourists loaded into their vehicle at Yellowstone National Park over the weekend because they were concerned for its welfare has spurred warnings to avoid wildlife after the animal had to be put down. Several recent cases have led park officials to urge people to stay at least 25 yards from all wildlife. Visitors brought the newborn calf to a park facility, but rangers weren't able to reunite it with its herd. It was euthanized because it kept approaching people and cars along the road. A showdown is shaping up over the future of Wyoming's coal industry as federal officials look at overhauling the federal coal leasing program and possibly charging companies more to mine. Pro-coal and anti-coal protesters both plan to protest at a Bureau of Land Management hearing coming up in Casper. Researchers say Montana elk are to blame for brucellosis spreading into new areas around Yellowstone National Park. The finding disputes conventional wisdom that said park bison and wildlife feeding grounds in Wyoming were responsible. Scientists with the U.S. Geological Survey and other institutions traced transmissions of the disease brucellosis following a recent spike in livestock infections. State and federal officials slaughtered thousands of diseased bison over the past 2 decades to shield livestock outside the park from potential infection. A new initiative to help local citizens 65 and older and those who are physically unable to remove and dispose of old appliances and large household items is being launched by the Butte Silverbow Community Enrichment Department. Staff members will schedule a pickup at no cost. Glacier National Park is one of over 100 national parks hosting the BioBlitz project during the National Park Service's 100th year anniversary. The summer-long centennial event invites citizen scientists and document wildlife sightings within the park on a free iNaturalist phone app. More than 700 volunteers have agreed to help put together at least 150,000 meals on Friday and Saturday at the Montana Pavilion at Metro Park in Billings. Feed My Starving Children will ship the meals to one of about 70 countries the nonprofit agency serves. Absentee ballots for Montana's June 7th primary were mailed out last Friday, but there's voter confusion with voters receiving both Republican and Democratic ballots. State law allows voting on only one party's ballot. Otherwise, neither ballot is accepted. So if you correctly vote on just one ballot, it will take just one first-class stamp to mail. If Billings can make its past its current opponent in the Final Four for Outside Magazine's Best Towns 2016, it could be the best town in America. Billings beat stiff competition in Boise, Bend, Oregon, to advance to the finals. And there's links all over Facebook. Log on and vote. It takes about 7 seconds. Sports. The Oklahoma City Thunder have taken Game 1 of the NBA's Western Conference Finals by storming back from a 13-point halftime deficit to beat the Warriors 108-102. The Indiana Pacers have named assistant coach Nate McMillan as their new head coach, replacing Frank Vogel. McMillan spent 12 seasons as the head coach in Seattle and Portland, going 478 wins, 452 losses in the regular season, and 14-20 in the playoffs. That's the Billings Morning News at livinlargelarry.com. Log on. We're live on YouTube, and that becomes the podcast as well. Billings Morning News brought to you by the Billings Extreme. Semi-pro football in Billings this spring and summer. Find them on Facebook. Extreme is spelled Xtreme. BillingsExtreme.com.
All kinds of blinds in Billings, all kinds of blinds, MT.com. 51 beautiful day. Check our forecast out here from the Redline Computer Studios.
Think Top Sandwich Company for graduation catering. Top Sandwich Company brings us our weather forecast in the Billings Morning News and the extended forecast at livinlargelarry.com. Catering with Top Sandwich Company across from Shopco in Billings. They're not part of a franchise. Locally owned. Tucker Veldkamp, great crew. Top's Sandwich Company across from Shopco. Again, think of all the graduation parties you're having stress about and see if Tucker can't help you out. What a nice forecast. Wednesday through Saturday looks to be about the same, with highs mainly in the upper 70s, low 80s. There is a slight chance for some afternoon, evening showers and thunderstorms, and it really does drop way off, like almost 20 degrees, the way it reads now for Sunday. Get an extended look at our forecast around Billings, Montana at livinlargelarry.com. Click on the weather tab there at the homepage. Meantime, Top Sandwich Company, locally owned in Billings across from Shopco. Tucker Veldkamp, the owner. Top Sandwich Company, happy hour Monday through Friday, 5 to 8 p.m. All sandwiches are $5 during that 3-hour span there at Top Sandwich Company. They're across from Shopco off of King in Billings.
Big event going on in Billings at the Radisson, formerly that's the old Holiday Inn off of I-90 in Billings, coming up on Thursday, May 19th. Big event and what's going on. The information courtesy of Bighorn Inspection, Petrochemical and Refinery Inspection, bighorninspection.com. If you log on and give them a hit and peruse their website. But in any event, the event we're talking about, Lincoln Reagan Day dinner at the Radisson on Thursday evening. Alan West, keynote speaker, and he's got some great stories. We have an abbreviated version of his stories in a visit we had with him on my afternoon radio show, KGHL. I'll play that back for you here coming up in a couple of minutes with Alan West, keynote speaker for the Lincoln Reagan Day dinner and what's going on around town. Courtesy of BighornInspection.com.
Jay Johansson with us, the Athlete's Foot, 3839 Grand Avenue in Billings. The Athlete's Foot, Jay.
Livin Large Larry, the best on the radio. We also got the Jordans. And I'm not talking the black and white Jordans that every shoe shop's got. I'm talking about the Jordans that everyone's waiting to get. In my store, right now, in my case, are the French Blue 12s that don't release until next week, and I got 72 pairs of them.
My notes say you're the Jordan expert.
I had to come clean.
Yeah, I know. No, that's cool. I was announcing the Billings Wolves on field the other night, and 2 young adults says, "Hey, cool Jordans. Where can I go to get those?" I said, "Jay, the Athlete's Foot in Billings is the Jordan King."
Oh, yeah, it's the truth. It's the truth. I was just telling another one of your friends that not only we're a hip store that services the community. You got that?
Yeah.
We're a hip, family-owned shoe store that if you just need great shoes, come see us. If you need the best shoes, come see us. If you need the shoes no one else has, and I'm talking no one living large, Larry, as you know.
Yeah.
I'm talking no one in Billings. I'm talking no one in Denver. No one in Minneapolis. No one in Seattle. We got it. Because my big brother, my owner, Intersport, check them out, largest sporting good company store in the world. They just happen to be out of Europe. Believe it or not, this planet is big. Check them out. Intersport. They got us the account. We're number one.
I wear the books. I wear the Jordan. My family shops the Athlete's Foot, 3839 Grand Avenue J. Thank you very much, sir.
Hey, living large, Larry. Keep it up. Go Billings Wolves. Love it that we got that football back in town. You need great shoes, you know where to come. 3839 Grand Avenue, the Athlete's Foot.
And the Athlete's Foot on Facebook, too. Don't forget about Facebook. The Athlete's Foot on Facebook.
The Athlete's Foot, Billings MT. Check us out. Peace.
Call or email your Livin' Large Larry Live show ideas. Larry at livinlargelarry.com and 1-888-858-1408.
We're on YouTube Live this morning, livinlargelarry.com, and also on the TuneIn smartphone app, your Androids or iPhones. Talk with Mayor Tom Hannell, City of Billings. Actually, today and Thursday we'll talk with Mayor Tom Hannell. Double dose of Mayor Call here, the Redline Computer Studios. All kinds of blinds in Billings, all kinds of blindsmt.com. Shaping up to be a beautiful day this morning. It's 51 now. Keystone Mortgage is a sponsor of our replays on the show. Keystone Mortgage, downtown Billings, at the new location right across the street from the pub station. Ask about their new loan tracker. You can see everything, including rates, lock dates, personal notes, and documentation. It's private to you. The loan tracker through Keystone Mortgage Company in Billings, downtown.
Livin' Large Larry Live.
Mayor Tom Hannell, Mayor Call, and hello, sir. How are things with you?
I'm doing very good. Livin', how are you today?
I'm hanging right in there. So, Billings City Council, was there a Tuesday second public hearing on the 2016-17 budget?
There was. We actually, during the month of May, we double up and we have meetings both Monday and Tuesday. Last evening, yesterday, we were dedicated to nothing more than just the proposed 2017 budget, and very good presentation, a lot of good information received, and we're off to a good start.
Yeah, I have a note I jotted down, not even sure where I heard it from, but library director applications being taken?
We began Monday, Larry, with the committee, which I am on, and the preparations to interview applicants for the director of library position. We have several applications at the present time, and we plan to go through those and select those that we wish to proceed with as far as interviews, and that will be the next step. Monday was just an organizational meeting, just to more or less get things going.
Mm-hmm. There's been a lot of airport talk lately, not just in Billings, but there was a story out about Bozeman's Airport. They're testing, if you will, this summer, a flight direct from Bozeman to Dallas and back and forth, I think through American Airlines, but it's good to see that the airports in our area, in our state, are growing. And what about the expansion at Billings-Logan International Airport here?
Absolutely. We're looking at several multi-million-dollar project, actually, Larry. There's going to be improvements to the interior, the exterior. We're going to be expanding Concourse B. There'll be new concessions, food area out there on the new expansion. And then, of course, we plan to improvise the present existing concessions area. The security area will be enhanced for expedite the service there to get our passengers through as quickly as possible. And of course, the exterior of the building will be enhanced. The restrooms will be redone. And that's something that's been needed for a long time and modified to serve more different areas of the public. So some great improvements, and it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take some time, but the process has already begun, and it is moving along quite well.
Transportation on a smaller scale, Met Transits, and the matching funds.
The Met Transit, obviously, it was just an update on where we're at financially, and of course, a little more discussion on the proposed changes within the bus routes and those that we serve. But as far as the funding, things are looking pretty much level, not a whole lot of changes when it comes to our public transportation system. Of course, so much of that relies upon federal funding, and we know that has been reduced considerably over the years. But even at that, we're going to continue to apply for the usual funding that we do receive, and the plan is hopefully to proceed and be able to come across with some new buses, smaller and more efficient.
Mayor Tom Hanel with us. It's Mayor Call. And the City Council approved unanimously, I might add, a request by the Downtown Billings Partnership to purchase property over North 29th and 1st Avenue North, and then sell it off to a consortium of 3 developers.
That is correct. And this has actually been in discussion stages for quite some time.
Yeah.
And what we have is a group of persons from out of state that are very interested in Billings and looking at obtaining some land in the downtown area, and there's discussion of a convention center, a parking garage, some living loft apartments, several of those, and then of course some changes to the retail in the near vicinity. So very, very exciting. And of course our Downtown Billings Partnership, utilizing the funds through the Tax Income and Finance District, has opted to participate in that to help get that started. That did require approval of the council. And yes, it was unanimous, and looks like it's moving forward. So let's hope that they do succeed and plans come together as they proposed.
Well, that kind of building and expansion would really dress up downtown Billings, huh?
Well, it would not only dress it up, but it would enhance even more so the activities, the desire to be downtown, attract more businesses to follow along, and certainly the downtown, which is doing extremely well, would just nothing but enhance the existing use of our downtown area, which is busier than it's ever been.
There's been quite a bit of discussion as of late, and even back to last year, about the Billings City Council and the construction of the new meeting house for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. That seems to have been somewhat resolved, and it's going to move forward.
Exactly. Yep. No, Larry, everything's looking bright. Of course, everything depends upon the future of Billings, our budget, where we shake out in the very end. And this is just the beginning stages, and it's all proposals. There's nothing that been formally decided on just yet.
And a statesman announcement that I was surprised. I think a lot of people in and around Yellowstone County were surprised, and I know you were at the press conference for Yellowstone County Commissioner Bill Kennedy. Your thoughts on that and his change?
Yeah, Larry, I must tell you that I had some knowledge of that was going to happen, and consequently, so I wasn't taken by surprise. I had a very good visit with Commissioner Kennedy, and I totally understand his reasoning. There's obvious reasons. One, he's very excited about the opportunity to be the president of the foundation for MSUB, and certainly a step up, if you wish, in his situation. But I think he's also ready for a change. I think it's time that he move on, and he had acknowledged that. And he's very excited about it, and I wish him nothing but the best.
I had him on both my radio shows, and both times he got a little emotional, and but he also mentioned the word change. I think he's ready for the change, and he actually said that Yellowstone County is due for a fresh change too. So I think the timing of it with Bill Kennedy is probably right on step.
There you go. No, I think it's certainly a loss for the county. As far as a commissioner, I think he's done a very fine job, very dedicated, loyal, and has worked tremendously hard to display that. But at the same time, MSUB is very fortunate. They're going to have somebody there in their foundation that will serve them very well.
It was a good move, and it was fun talking to Bill Kennedy about that. Always fun to talk to you, Mayor Tom Hanel. Mayor Call, and I appreciate your time. Say hi to Robin for me. Will you do that?
Thank you very much. You bet, Larry. Hello to your lovely wife, Carrie, and thank you to our listeners.
All kinds of blinds in Billings, all kinds of blinds, MT.com. 52 now, near 80. Later on, detailed forecast at livinlargelarry.com. Click on the weather tab. In the Redline Computer Studios, West Billings. If you're interested in learning the current value of your home, then call Amber Gustanis with Century 21 Hometown Brokers for a free market analysis. 406-690-5902. Amber Gustanis, and her service area includes not just Billings, but Lockwood, Laurel, Joliet, Roberts, Red Lodge, Columbus, and more. Amber Gustanis
with Century 21 Hometown Brokers, 406-690-5902.
Join us at 1-888-858-1408.
Our visit with Alan West, keynote speaker for Thursday's Lincoln Reagan Day dinner at the Radisson Hotel in Billings.
Alan West, keynote speaker for the Lincoln Reagan Day dinner in Billings, coming up on May 19th. And we, as a city in Montana, Mr. West, welcome to the show. We're glad that you're going to be in town.
Well, Larry, I'm looking forward to it. I was over in the Bitterroot Valley in Ravalli County earlier in the year, and now I get to be with you guys in Billings.
Yeah, well, you make your tour around Montana pretty soon if you're not careful, so watch out for that. Talk about the National Center for Policy, first of all, as you're the executive director and vice chairman. What is that all about?
Well, the National Center for Policy Analysis is a 33-year-old conservative free market think tank located down here in Dallas. If you have a health savings account, that's a policy initiative that came from NCPA. If you have a Roth IRA, or if you have participated in the employee 401k program, those are policy initiatives that came from NCPA. We focus at the federal government level on tax, retirement, education, healthcare, energy, and national security policy, and we do some work with some state-level think tanks on tax policy and Medicaid expansion.
And do you ever deal with? I think every organization could answer this question, but do you ever deal with like Obamacare type questions of the Affordable Care Act?
Oh, absolutely. That's one of our bread and butter things. That's really where the NCPA cut its teeth, was in the area of healthcare policy.
And do you see, with this being election year, big election year, do you see any changes that have to happen with regards to that?
Well, of course. I think that it is collapsing under its own weight. About 3 weeks ago, you saw the nation's largest healthcare insurer, United Healthcare, say that they were going to drop out of participating in the exchanges because they're looking at about a $1 billion loss coming up because, you force more people into the insurance market, and you cannot raise the premiums on healthy people enough to cover this huge influx. Really, what Obamacare comes down to is, number one, an incredible wealth redistribution scheme with its 20 new taxes, and number two is just a Medicaid expansion.
What has been your reaction personally and in your circle of friends and colleagues about this election season with Trump and Hillary and Sanders and all that?
Well, without a doubt, I think what you are seeing is a rejection of the political elite class on either side of the aisle. More and more people are starting to see the Republican and Democrat Party as just different sides of the same coin. And so you see the struggling that Hillary Clinton is going through right now. She definitely is going to lose Oregon today and may lose Kentucky. And so, she will be limping along if she is the eventual Democrat nominee. But Bernie Sanders has definitely had an impact on the narrative of the Democrat Party, which, without a doubt, I don't think anyone can argue, is a far left socialist party now.
And it's going to be an exciting time all the way up through November here. Alan West with us, National Center for Policy, Executive Director and Vice Chairman, Alan West. And what is your tie to Martin Luther King Jr.?
Well, very simple, and it's something that I take a lot of pride in. I was born and raised in the inner city Atlanta, Georgia, and it's the exact same neighborhood that gave us Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the old 4th Ward neighborhood there. My elementary school, Our Lady of Lourdes Catholic School, is located right across the street from Ebenezer Baptist Church, and if you had a really good leg at kickball, you could knock the ball over the cement wall into the backyard of his boyhood home.
That is pretty cool. I saw that in my notes. I think that is really impressive, and what an honor, too. So, all right, Alan West, talk about some of your military background and experience. We're impressed by that.
Well, sure. The thing that I love to tell people is that I'm the third or fourth generations of military combat servicemen in our family. My dad served in World War II. My older brother was a Marine infantryman in Vietnam, wounded at Khe Sanh. I did 22 years of service in the United States Army, commissioned through ROTC. from the University of Tennessee back in 1982. And now the fourth generation is the second officer out of our family, and that's my nephew, my older brother's son, who is stationed not too far away from you guys in Montana, over there in Fort Lewis,
cool.
just south of Seattle.
You've had an honorable career. You're the keynote speaker for our event, Lincoln Reagan Day Dinner, coming up at the Radisson on Thursday, the 19th. I got those dates right? Yeah, the 19th. And talk about some of your hobbies.
Oh, yeah,
scuba
absolutely.
diver.
I'm still a pretty big a distance runner. I wake up pretty much every morning here in Dallas and, try to knock out about 3.5 miles. And on the weekends, I try to squeeze in, 5 to 6 miles. I normally always take my running shoes wherever I travel and go. I won't be able to get in a run up there in Montana because I'm in and out pretty quick. But when I was in Bitterroot, I took a nice run along the Bitterroot River there,
cool,
which is just absolutely gorgeous. I'm a master scuba diver also and a motorcyclist. I have a 2016 Victory Cross Country 8-ball, and 2 weeks ago I did a little 4-day motorcycle ride across West Texas.
Well, all in your spare time.
Very little spare time. I was lucky to get those 4 days to take that motorcycle ride, but it was just so great. There's nothing like seeing this incredible country while riding a motorcycle. You get to really sense the greatness of America.
Well, when you get a chance and you have a little more spare time, then make sure you come back to Montana and take a ride up the Beartooths. It's an awesome ride.
No doubt about it. That's on the bucket list, my friend.
All right. So Alan West, keynote speaker for our event coming up, Lincoln Reagan Day Dinner, coming up on May 19th, the Radisson here in Billings. And what should Billings residents and Yellowstone County people expect from your address, Alan West?
Well, we're going to talk about Ronald Reagan back in 1964 gave a speech called A Time for Choosing. And we're going to talk about what we have to choose if this constitutional republic is to continue on. And I think that's the great message that we need to address, because we want to pass on an even better America to our children and grandchildren than what was left for us.
I think that Billings looking forward to you visiting our town here in Montana, and I'm glad you're not a stranger to Montana, and we're happy that you're going to be the keynote speaker. It's coming Thursday night at the Lincoln Reagan Day Dinner. Alan West with us. Is there maybe a website or a Facebook page people can learn more about you?
Sure. First of all, if you want to follow our work at the National Center for Policy Analysis, go to www.ncpa.org and sign up for our Provide for the Common Defense Now petition, because that's one of the key things we're looking at is the deliberations on the National Defense Authorization Act, which is just hit the House floor today. And then if you want to follow me personally, it is AlanB.com, and Alan is spelled with 2 L's and an E.
Okay, very good. Alan West, looking forward to your visit here at the Radisson here in Billings on Thursday the 19th. Thanks for the visit. Appreciate it, sir.
Thank you, and look forward to seeing you, Larry.
All kinds of blinds in Billings. All kinds of blinds. MT.com 52. And about 80 for the next several days, actually, with a little bit of rain in our forecast. Detailed look at livinlargelarry.com. Click on the weather tab. Complete forecast from Top Sandwich Company. They sponsor it. On the way in a few minutes here from the Red Lion Computer Studios, west end of Billings, Montana. Thank you for streaming us at livinlargelarry.com on YouTube this morning in the TuneIn smartphone app.
Livin' Large Larry live from the Red Line Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin' Large Larry live.
Ticket details for the from the interview we had from Alan West for the Lincoln Reagan Day Dinner. If you want to go on May 19th, tickets still remain. Details are coming up here.
Greetings, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Retired Alan West, Executive Director of the National Center for Policy Analysis. I'll be speaking at the Yellowstone County Lincoln Reagan Day Dinner on May the 19th, and you're invited to come. Now more than ever, our country stands at a critical juncture. I'll be talking about how the decisions we make and actions we take now will decide what kind of America we leave to our children. You can get tickets at YellowstoneGOP.org, and I'll see you there.
And the Fusion Fight League. Well, there's a lot going on in Billings, Montana. As we broadcast from the Red Line Computer Studios, West Billings. Fusion Fight League MMA Friday Night Metra. Details.
Friday, May 20th at Metra Park. Fusion Fight League and Sing Contracting present Night of Champions. Showcasing your Billings Grindhouse fighters. Ireland Bombshell Moran, Braden Beer, Brian Double B. Borst, Mikey Maniac Zindler, and Tyler the Outlaw Bogle. Feel the energy of live MMA. Friday, May 20th at Metro Park.
Fusion Fight League events on Friday here in Billings. Co-sponsored by N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West, number 4, n2cryo.com. Probably time for your 6-week haircut, right? Trained professionals, and there's barbershops all over the place. But if you want trained professionals and the work done right, Jim and Austin's Barbershop, Main Billings Heights. Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 10 minutes, $10 haircuts, and other services as well. Through Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main Street in Billings Heights, and a proud major sponsor of the 2016 Billings Wolves, Jim and Austin's Barbershop. Couponing is back, and how would you like to look at a coupon magazine that's larger than the palm of your hands? Real sized Hometown Values coupon magazine. There's one built and issue out for your area in and around Billings and Laurel. Hometown Values, shop the original. Inside, practical couponing. Hometown Values, and log on to myhometownvalues.com. Check out the new Heights issue of Hometown Values. The latest Hometown Values coupon magazine coming out on May 31st. Look for it all over Billings and surrounding communities. All kinds of blinds locally here in Billings. All kinds of blinds, mt.com for mini blinds or the Roman shades. If you want to see a variety of vertical blinds that will fit in your home or your business, then Bobby Gray and All Kinds of Blinds is the answer. All kinds of blinds, mt.com. Check out the Starbucks in the Heights, Starbucks on Grand, for the work that Bobby Gray has done with all kinds of blinds at their locations. A couple of Taco Treat locations on Grand and Heights as well. Fred's Appliance is one of the most recent jobs done by Bobby Gray. And all kinds of blinds in Billings. All kinds of blinds, mt.com.
Livin' Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin' Large Larry live.
Think Top Sandwich Company for Graduation Catering. Top Sandwich Company brings us our weather forecast in the Billings Morning News and the extended forecast at livinlargelarry.com. Catering with Top Sandwich Company across from Shopco in Billings. They're not part of a franchise. Locally owned. Tucker Veldkamp, great crew. Top's Sandwich Company across from Shopco. Again, think of all the graduation parties that you're having stress about and see if Tucker can't help you out. What a nice forecast. Wednesday through Saturday looks to be about the same, with highs mainly in the upper 70s, low 80s. There is a slight chance for some afternoon, evening showers and thunderstorms, and it really does drop way off, like almost 20 degrees, the way it reads now for Sunday. Get an extended look at our forecast around Billings, Montana at livinlargelarry.com. Click on the weather tab there at the home page. Meantime, Top Sandwich Company, locally owned in Billings across from Shopco. Tucker Veldkamp, the owner. Top Sandwich Company, happy hour Monday through Friday, 5 to 8 p.m. All sandwiches are $5 during that 3-hour span there at Top Sandwich Company. They're across from Shopco off of King in Billings.
Latest Billings Morning News coming up. livinlargelarry.com as you broadcast live on YouTube at the website, livinlargelarry.com, on TuneIn, smartphone app as well. And our podcast becomes the recorded version of our live YouTube. Just a few minutes here. The Billings Morning News on the way. Carrie's Massage has moved to 928 Broadwater, Suite 203. Grew out of her other space and a much larger location, and she has a deep tissue massage special for you. All 1-hour deep tissue massages. We'll get a small hot stone upgrade for free, and that begins on May 16th, runs all the way through the rest of the month, beginning May 16th. So for $70, which is the price of a 1-hour deep tissue, you get a $10 upgrade for free. Carrie's Massage, give her a try. 928 Broadwater, Suite 203 in Billings.
Livin' Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin' Large Larry live.
We gather our news stories from KTVQ.com, Color8.com, and the Billings Gazette. The Billings Morning News, LivinLargeLarry.com is presented to you by the Billings Extreme Outdoor Semi-Pro Football this spring and summer in Billings, BillingsExtreme.com. XTREME. So the Billings man accused of beating and kicking a teenage girl so badly she has been hospitalized for more than a week, claimed he was heavily intoxicated the night of the assault, and offered multiple variations of his events. Johnny LaFontaine, he's 19, and also another suspect, unidentified male juvenile, is also facing the same charge of aggravated assault. The victim is 17-year-old Red Willow horse capture. She suffered a concussion, fractured jaw, and other serious trauma after she was beaten on the rims on the night of May 6th. LaFontaine allegedly punched horse capture in the face, which knocked her to the ground. Then LaFontaine and the other suspect then allegedly began kicking her, horse capture, in the head and face, and others had to physically stop the assault. A Marine veteran from Montana is recovering after he was attacked by two men outside a bar in northern Wyoming back on May 7th. Court documents state Clayton Denny, who used to work in Billings as a fitness instructor, was attacked outside of a bar in Sheridan after two men made racial remarks towards him. The Sheridan Police Department reports Denny was attacked behind the Beaver Creek Saloon as he was leaving the tavern. Denny suffered serious head injuries, a concussion, and broken bones. The Sheridan County attorney is trying to determine if federal hate crime charges may be warranted. The two men accused of beating Denny said they fought in self-defense. They're both in jail in Sheridan on a $20,000 bond. Alberta Bear Theater officials announced the departure of William Woody Wood, the theater's executive director for the last 9 years. Wood will become the director of cultural affairs and community engagement at the Macomb Center for Performing Arts and the Albert Lorenzo Cultural Center at Macomb Community College in Macomb, Michigan. Officials touted Wood's contributions for the past 9 years here in Billings, stating that Wood's leadership has led to growth in audiences at Alberta Bear, and programming has expanded to include the very popular Broadway series. Woody Woods, he's going to be missed. He'll leave the position this coming July. So the group of men visiting Yellowstone created quite a stir on social media after a video is released to YouTube, shows them walking off the boardwalk path onto the Grand Prismatic Springs National Park. Now the group is apologizing and starting their own social media campaign in response. The Grand Prismatic Springs is off limits for walking. The person who shot the video wishes to remain anonymous, according to the video description. The group has now stepped forward. They are high on life. That's what they're called. And according to their Facebook page, they're a team of videographers who travel the world creating adventures and filming their adventures along the way. According to a website, bucktrail.com, the video was taken on Saturday afternoon. The anonymous Wyoming man who recorded the video of High on Life also snapped several photos of the men. The group has since apologized for their actions. Let's look at Billings Morning News at LivinLargeLarry.com, brought to you by the Billings Extreme Outdoor Semi-Pro Football, BillingsExtreme.com.
If you have a chance, check me out on my afternoon show, Classic Country. I'm playing disc jockey, 3 to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday, KGHL Radio, AM 790 and FM 94.7. Have a great day. It's going to be beautiful out. LivinLargeLarry.com from the Red Line Computer Studios. West Billings. YouTube, live. The website becomes a podcast in a second here. All kinds of blinds in Billings, all kinds of blinds, MT.com, 52 leading into a good-looking day in Billings, Montana. I'll see you around town.